All right, and we're live. What's up? What's happening? Salute to the tribe. What's good, y'all? Hey, man, we got to get back into these reaction videos. I have a ton of them that are saved. Just had a couple things I had to take care of, you guys. You know what I mean? I got stuff going on. I got to wrap things up here before I leave for Thailand. So, if you got, if you're a landowner and whatnot, you already know about that kind of, especially if you're a veteran, you already know about having to go down there and take all your paperwork to them and all that stuff, man. But, I love the fact that I ain't got to worry about paying the taxes on my land anymore. So a win is a win. But I got a lot of background stuff going on. I appreciate y'all supporting while I figure things out. I also had to, run different kind of comma engineer, man. You know what I mean? It's test and then analyze. Anyway, I got it down packed, man. Gonna drop these videos. One of my subscribers let me know in the comment section that I wasn't recommended. I'm not being recommended. So I got to start dropping the content. Anyway, we got one from Lapeef right here. And this panel, as usual, has a bunch of leftovers and some brothers that I agree with and some that I don't. But it doesn't matter. It's about the message. You guys smash that like button, subscribe. With no further ado, let's get right into this.
A good woman, they tell him, bro, man, you got a good one, man. You might not want to fuck that up.
I've been meeting the opposite men. I know that I've been the men. I'm just telling you the men that I've been encountering.
I get that, but that's the thing, though. Hold on, wait, Aisha.
They are surprised. They
have. No, let her finish. Let her finish what she's saying, because she just exposed something.
She just said something. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, right? But you understand what you're saying, right? You saying the men that you encounter, and I'm willing to argue that the men that you find attractive and that you encounter 9 times out of 10, the other women in your circle will also find attractive. So when you encounter a man and you know, like, man, I could definitely fuck with that man. He knows in his mind that when you say I want him, there's other women that also in your circle that want him. Those are the men that y'all talking about. You're not thinking about the man that you walk past down the street that you didn't give a shit about. You ain't thinking about the man that you walked past who worked as the greeter at Walmart. You didn't walk past him and say, "Oh my God, I could definitely give that man a chance." You didn't run into him, because if you would have talked to him, he would have told you. Like, if he walked up to you and said, "Hey, Miss Aisha, I would really love to take you out on a date," and you sat there and you was like, "Yeah," and you showed him a good woman, he would not be sitting there talking about, if I can't get you, another one will. Y'all don't see men. Y'all see that man.
If he get you, Aisha, that nigga that greeting, excuse my language. If the guy that's greeting him at Walmart gets you, the next thing
he's about to sit here and be like, "Man, I could get another chicken. I can find another you." Like
that's a Beyonce song. That's y'all thing. The man gonna say, "Mama, I made it." That's what he gonna say. "Mama, I made it."
And that's the whole thing. Like, females really don't understand that from a man's perspective. Like, 80% of men are invisible. Most men do not have access to most women, right? If we even talk about the 80-20 rule, we know that there's roughly 20% of men that's creating 80% of the babies. If we think about that, it's like, well, damn. You have to understand that all these women are giving the same guys a chance, right? Those dudes that you like, those dudes that you notice, those dudes that you could actually see when you walk by. Yeah, of course you're gonna be an asshole.
Okay, and here's the thing. Now, whether you like it or not, guys like me, I'm in that 10%. It is what it is. I know you're like, "Oh, but you're not 6 foot." It don't matter, dude. Some guys, certain things women look for. And the way you know this, women tend to they tend to feel some type of way about men that they find attractive, that they know that they don't qualify due to how the man speaks and moves. So if they can't get you, that don't mean that they don't find you attractive. So the stuff you talk about is going to matter to them. So the things that I speak about, that I've come up with, you know what I'm saying, I'm not regurgitating. So these women are watching me, and there's certain things that I talk about, man, that I don't, you know what I mean? I don't be going nobody else talk about it. Talking about, women approaching men. I started that. I started saying it on TikTok, on my TikTok lives, and I started posting it up on YouTube like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So it was laughed at then, and now women are like, they're still around now. They know where it came from. It isn't, and I'm not even trying to throw shade. I'm just saying that women only pay attention to the men they find attractive. And you'll find out if you're one of those guys based off of how these women start treating you and what you're saying and how you're moving. I mean, you figure it out. Once you figure it out, what you do with that, you do with it. So again, I just be talking, man. And these women are listening. And you can, again, there's a small group of men talking about certain things. Women approaching them, listen, I'm self-improving, so I'm putting myself first. I'm the prize, stuff like that. Every man isn't saying this. These women have men in their DMs. They have men texting them, approaching them outside. They don't want those dudes. They don't want those dudes, man.
Oh, you know why? Because you got it like that. Because all your homegirls want him too. Y'all competing for that guy or waiting for him to come around to you or whatever, but the desire is there. And the problem is all those dudes that you looked over because of some type of icky activated or something silly, or maybe he was too short, or maybe you didn't like, that shirt he had on, or, his hairline might be receding a little bit. But guess what? That dude would have been a great husband. He would have been a great father to your children and all that. But y'all said F him because he didn't provide you with something superficial. And that's crazy.
Okay,
Hey, I gotta let Amira go.
I gotta shut up the shorts feed. I gotta shout the shorts feed. Salute to the tribe. Absolutely, my brother. Women have no idea that other women find you attractive. They will try to social proof you, but if you're a good man like me, I didn't have any social media prior to opening up my businesses in like 2021. I didn't have any. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on social media. You know what I mean? So women, they'll underestimate you until they see other women want you. And a lot of times by then it's too late.
She been waving and
I've been trying. No, I wanted to respond a little bit to you guys because they made a really good point, Aisha. They made such a good point. And I know you started understanding it more that they started explaining it. You started understanding it. But the thing I wanted to point out was that when they were talking, I was thinking about how all the women are like, oh, I don't want to be single. I want to find this man. And I was thinking as the men were talking that the majority of women, they don't have a reason to be single. If it were true that women actually saw men, as Trev says, women don't see men. Men are invisible. They walk past them unless they have something shiny, something fast, or something rich. They don't see them. They just walk right past them. And the other thing is that's why so many women believe that they have so many options. And the truth is you have options for sex, but you don't have options for marriage, because even though women, just like Aisha said, oh, when I go outside, so many men will talk to me and try to get me. Yeah, they'll try to get you, but they're not really, the majority of them aren't trying to marry you and see you decently. The majority are just talking to you because maybe they see you're cute, or to say, oh, I think she's cute, I want to do stuff with her, but I'm gonna
let her cook. But let me caveat onto that. See, here's the thing what women do, and that's why I keep telling y'all, a woman's weapon is her mouth. These women don't even see that 80%, and the guys in their DMs and the guys that walk up on them are in the 80%, right? They don't see them as men. They just see them as pawns. They still see them, but they see them as pawns, just like they see those guys that are in the friend zone that are just lusting after them as pawns. So when a man that they desire is talking that game and he's like, I ain't gonna deal with it, give them that ism, then they're able to say, I got all these men that are coming after me. Who are you to not? I'm the guy that you are upset about that doesn't care about whatever you have going on. I don't care what these other guys are that are trying to hit you up and trying to get at you that you don't even acknowledge as someone dateable. You just use them whenever you're trying to, get your point across about, oh, I got options. You don't have options, man. You wouldn't be single if you really did. You wouldn't be upset at men that don't want nothing to do with you if you really had suitors. Come on, man. You gotta smash that like button.
Keep her. And I think that's why a lot of women, when they treat men so disposably, is because they think, I can throw this one away and I just walk outside and another guy is trying to holler at me. But that guy is not going to marry you. He's not going to take care of you.
That's,
So
that's exactly what my question was. If it's so
You already
many
know. You already know
marriageable
Studio
wives,
B.
then why are you single? If you're such a wife, why can't you find a husband? Because I'm saying that you believe, Aisha's perspective, you believe that men think that they have more options than they do. When that isn't even a problem. That's not even a probability to say that it's true, because the person that is hunting knows how many options are available to them. Now, the person that is getting hunted, you don't know how many. You recognize the ones that are coming after you, right? And so most men know, like what Sweeney's saying, who they can approach and who they can't. And when I think somebody had said this, the current thing is that women believe that they deserve a particular man that they really don't qualify for. For example,
There it is.
I would beg to differ that the majority of the women,
this brother's cooking.
Of course, as Ricky says, there's nobody on the panel, believe that they deserve a man that makes money.
Yeah,
they deserve a man that is already well put together, which means that he has money. They believe that he should already have the car, the nice things that he's supposed to have already. They're not looking to be what God says you're supposed to be, is to be a helper. And you are to be a helper to get him to where he is supposed to be. And Proverbs 31:10 even says that it's hard to find a wife because she's more precious than rubies. And one of the things that women think that they are is a ruby, but they're not. Because if you're a wife, then you would see men.
But that's why fathers are important, humble dad, because the father is the one who tells the girl, this man's is not wanting you. He wanna. That's it. I'm not going to say the words, but then the father is the one. And that's why I said father is so important, because in my case, we get married, and like we were talking, Aisha and Ty, yesterday we were talking about the mahar. And I told you that virgin women they can ask for anything for marriage. You know, and during marriage, you can ask for 50 gold bars and you'll get that. If you're not a virgin, you can ask for 50 gold bars, but you might get 50 quarters. So you don't, it just, because of that. And that's why I think it's important, because the men are the ones who give the value to the women's. The women, if you ask a woman how valuable she is, she's going to say she's the most precious thing.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, give clarity one last time from the fellas. You've heard it plenty of times from everywhere else, that it's not about your personal value, like you as a person and what you are contributing to your family and mankind. No, we're talking about women, and we're talking about like what men like. You know what I mean? How men set the sexual market value. It's a difference, man. Your sexual market value is not your personal value as a person. See, what y'all do is y'all conflate these things and you mix them all together. But a grown man can take all that apart. It doesn't matter how fast you talk. It don't matter how much crazy ass woman needs you. We're going to be able to still dissect it, take it apart, and then pick it apart. And what'll happen is, while he's picking it apart, you'll try to talk over him, because you just said a bunch of emotional babbling nonsense, just yapping. You know what I'm saying? It's just yapping. You are a grown woman. You have degrees and everything else, right? So you definitely know there's a difference between your personal value, how your family sees you, your friends, and society, and the sexual marketplace value. There's a difference. Why are you acting like there's not? Is this spoken from a place of hurt and you don't know? Well, now you know. Okay? But stop getting on here as grown women and acting like you can't tell me my value. No, we're not telling you your personal value. Nor do we give a shit what your personal value is. I'm telling you that your sexual marketplace value is set by the man, just like the women set the sexual marketplace value for the men. You know what I mean? So that way it's not confused as to what the opposite gender wants, as opposed to what you think that they want. Women are gonna let you know what they want. You as a man can do what you got to do to live up to that, which normally is just trying to be the best version of yourself. Like it's hard for women to find men that are decent. So if you're doing that, you're going to be winning. Man, listen, for women, it's very simple. Like and I'm gonna make a video about this. Dudes, we just want an average chick, man. I'm cool with an average chick. Average in the face. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're kind of average in the body, we're gonna work on that. But average. I don't want the baddie aesthetic. I don't want none of that crap. I'm going to go against everything that y'all are talking about is what you think men want, to show you what we really want and what we're willing to sacrifice to get what we want. And I'm done with the pretty chicks, man. I'm done. I look at it from a different perspective anyway. The prettier you are, the harder it is for you to fight off the men that want you, and you probably giving in a lot more than the women that are average. So we're going to start pushing for average chicks, man. This average looking women that take care of themselves and take care of their body. And if they take care of their body, the body should be kind of tight. I'm sorry. And if the body ain't kind of tight, we're going to get you there, man. But average women, man, I'm done. I'm done with this baddie aesthetic crap. I'm done.
I am wife material, I am this, but the man is the one who's going to decide if you are that, not you.
And that's what I keep trying to say, that it's like they're saying pay attention to what this particular show is trying to say, let women talk or listen to women or something to that regard. But you would need to listen to, like I liken it to an institution, a college, right? So the men are the college and the women are the people that's trying to get into college. And so you're asking for this college, what in your case, y'all would say high value man would be an Ivy League school. You're asking the Ivy League school to change their ways and how they view you, when in fact, you're supposed to get yourself right to be eligible to get into said Ivy League school. And that's why I'm trying to tell you that if women would change their disposition and say, you know what, I'm going to work on being a wife, right? And read up on what it looks like to be a wife, go around women that are wives and learn from them. You can also learn from husbands that have been married a long time or have been married in a good marriage as well. So it's a matter of, are you a wife? Because if you are a wife, men are going to find you. If you close your legs, these men that y'all talk about, they cannot have sex. They won't think, this 20% won't think there are more of you out there, because you all have come together and said, listen, we are walking together as wives and we rocking as wives and we ain't doing nothing that a wife would do. And men don't have a choice to change, considering there are no fathers currently in the home as they should. So that is why women have to change first, because y'all fought for this equality. Now you have the power and the leverage in your own hands, and see what you have done with it. You have made it to where we are now, which is the dating pool is trash, and they're not even looking to be married until when? Till they get to be 40.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying.
He cooked.
I would argue that.
Hold on. What is this? Okay. Yeah. For another time. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think, man? Do you agree, disagree? You know what I'm saying? Was he cooking? You know what I mean? Do you think that these women are right in their way of thinking about how they have to be the way that they are and they have all these options, or is the market letting them know what options they really have? Let's talk about it in the comment section again. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment for the algorithm, y'all. Check in. We're trying to get back in the recommended. Let's do this. I have plenty of content coming. I'm going to jump on TikTok for a little bit. Love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out. That's what's happening.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.